This is a mixture of misses I've had back starting in 2021. The first one is a black grouper that I stuck, but the spear didn't quite stick long enough, so I lost them, and many others that I'll narrate as we go through. It may not be apparent, but you're paddling like heck to keep up with them and trying to get closer for a better shot, and you just can't resist when you see them fading out of your range to shoot anyway, even though you know it's not a perfect shot. By the way, I don't show it, but I did retrieve my spear, so it did get loose. This is a school of microfish, has nothing to do with misses, but I just thought it was really neat to include, and sort of like the misses, it's really the hits that I emphasize on my website are really very rare. It might only be 1 in 15 dives that I actually get a fish, or 1 in 10. So mostly you're seeing misses and things, pretty things like these microfish. This is grouper miss. This is slow motion and zoom so you can see a little more detail. The lesson learned is if your barb isn't fully set, really you should try to push it through before you surface. Because once you surface, it's too late. They're going to swiggle off. So it's a bit of a counterintuitive thing, right? Because you want to just pull the fish up to the surface with you, but you shouldn't. You should push first, then pull. This is 2023. I dove down after a margate and then was surprised by a Nassau grouper that I just very quickly shot at without much thought and missed, of course. If that was too fast for you, I slowed it down and zoomed. It's amazing. This guy just poked his head right out and shocked me. This is more zoom and slow motion to see why I missed him, and I think, as I recall, I actually hit him in the right spot in the head. It was just, I was so shocked I didn't pull back the bands far enough. So shocked to see him. This is a missed black margate, 2023. In case that was too fast, here's a zoom and a slow motion. This was crazy. I shot a bar jack and he actually got away, and he also bent my shaft. Zoom slow motion just to see better. pretty amazing to think that this thing bent my spear shaft in the middle, and trust me, when you try to re-straighten that, it's almost impossible. In case you're wondering, the title of these clips are Great Misses, so it's come to no surprise that he gets off, as you will see. I don't include it, but I search for about 15 minutes, and then just the very end of the clip I do include when I see a reef shark appear, and then I give up my search. I zoom in and slow it down, but you really can't pick up much detail, not enough pixels. This was a small hogfish I got off. Here's ultra slow motion and zoom. What can I say? I missed, and I was right on top of him. No excuse. That being said, he wasn't that big, and the small ones are much harder to hit. This one was recent, 2025, really no excuse. I was just starting. It was maybe my second day. I guess I was overexcited and didn't wait for a perfect shot. What you need to remind yourself of, which should be obvious by now, is you only get one shot, so you really have to use it much wiser. These are the ones that are really annoying. I remember this one perfectly, and I chased him and shot it in, and he just stayed within my range. It was incredibly annoying, but I should have hit him ahead. He definitely gave me more than one opportunity. Here's another miss, and later on you'll see I have him over the edge at the very end, and I had a perfect shot and he also missed. He was just destined not to be mine. By the way, in case you're wondering, he's probably about a 5-pound fish. This last shot I had him dead to rights. I mean, really, this is very annoying. And this is probably 15 minutes later. I actually hit him this time, and he went under the rock and broke my spear in two, which has a thread in the middle. At this point, I just give up. He broke my spear in two, and I'm done. He deserves to live. One thing very important to mention here is you notice that spear wobble when I do slow motion. So you can actually see the error in the shot. You know, when that spear is flexing up and down before you shoot, obviously you've got a 50-50 chance of hitting him. So I'm thinking of cutting the spear shorter. I dive after small porgy fish, and you can see that I end up missing the larger, probably 5-pound snapper. I think I hit him, but I was just so shocked that he pulled the bands back on it, so it just bounced off. Next is a grouper I just showed popping his head out, and then later I found him in a hole and shot at him but missed. This is a small porgy I missed. It's just nice clear water, so I thought I'd film it and include a slow motion, but he was so fast that there's not enough pixels to get good definition. That's it. Hope you enjoyed. Hope it's clear now that it's not so easy to